Okay, today's Sunday. Yes, I'm doing a Sunday walk today because of the weather forecast for tomorrow being not too good. And I'm doing book 1, walk 38, which is 13 miles from Hanborough to Charlbury. We're on the fringes of the Cotswolds here. Quite a long way out of London, just north of Oxford. Just got off the 9:35 train, so it's now 11 o'clock approximately. Single track railway here, I notice, with a new line being built out to Moreton-on-the-Marsh, where all the rich types live. Anyway, weather so far is a bit mixed. Some promise up there. Just hope the promise doesn't turn out to be rain, but the weather forecast for today is sunny intervals, which is why I've come up here. Got the old boots back. Berghaus say they couldn't do anything about the ankle problem, so no pain at the moment. So fingers crossed I won't have any issues with it, but let's see in about 6 hours time. 20 minutes in, I've just crossed the River Evenlode. A river which basically runs up into Charlbury, so I'll be seeing a lot of it today. Sun's out. Railway line just in the distance there. First buzzard of the day. There's a pair of them flying around this field at the moment. You can just about hear their cry. And the cockerel. So here we are at the Coombe entrance to Blenheim Palace. Just about to enter. Ruddy cockerels are still crowing. Coming up noon. Well, here we are in the Blenheim estate. Fantastic forest. Traditional English forest. Birch, oak. Delightful. Now we've got some great Scots pine. Dad's favourite tree, the old copper beech. Delightful lake over there with a coot in action. Goes on for quite a distance actually. Lovely lily pads. Plenty of pheasants about as well. Well, that's a lovely view of the Great Bridge over there. And Blenheim Palace in the distance.
Morning.
Morning. Interesting. grebe over there, I believe. Another vista of the lake. Blenheim Palace from the Great Bridge. The lake again. The Duke of Marlborough apparently wanted to remember the victories that he had. So the great column was erected over there in the distance, and he always wanted to be able to see it from the palace, which you can do. I'll be over there in a minute. Right, this is a column of victory, built in 1704 to commemorate Duke of Marlborough's victories over the French at Blenheim. Apparently there's more than 6,000 words on the column. To commemorate the victories. The palace in the distance there was built same time, well, earlier actually, and the object of the exercise was that the bedroom, Duke of Marlborough's bedroom, you could always see this column. Designed by Hanborough, gardens built by Capability Brown. Year of the Queen. I'm headed up that way. Of course, Blenheim Palace is also the birthplace of Churchill in 1874 apparently. And there's an exhibition to all stuff Churchillian in the palace. Just seen my first red kite of the day as well. So they're down here as well at the moment. Not surprising really. So we're following the Blenheim Park public footpath by all accounts. Just a little bit of information now about this kissing gate. Installed by the Cotswold AOMB volunteer wardens. As you can hear, plenty of sheep about. Taking shelter over there in the shade. Those lovely copper beaches again. Quite a feature, that column of victory. Ladybird enjoying the sun. Very pleasant woodland walking. Indications of the local stone. Right, come away from the Blenheim estate over there now, and walking along apparently what used to be known as the Akeman Way. the old Roman road. According to my book, my instructions, this hedgerow is at least 500 years old. Doesn't look like that to me. Anyway, there you go. It's now known as the Oxfordshire Way. Confirmation. An amazing formation of fumes or aircraft leftovers there. Not sure what I've missed, but probably some kind of display going on by the Red Arrows or something. Just on the edge of the village of Stonesfield. I'm just going to have a picnic lunch down by the Evenlode River, which I mentioned earlier. And I noticed that the Oxfordshire Way has now become the Witchwood Way. Witchwood being a former massive forest in this area, of which there is now only a small portion left, which we pass later on, I do believe. Right, so here's today's lunch spot down by the Evenlode River. I'm actually in what's called the Stonesfield Meadows, and that log over there provides a good place to have my lunch. It's a right little orchard down here. Natural fruits around, all burst into drop, hawthorns, and then to my left here, blackberries. Quite hilly. I'm in a little valley down here. Elderberries. Mother Nature's larder down here. Accompaniment of doves. Nice backdrop. Let's eat. It's 1:30 or thereabouts, so I'm pretty hungry. Okay, just had lunch. It's now about 2:15. Information board here about Stonesfield's fossils and slates, provided by the Oxfordshire Geology Trust. Apparently Stonesfield was famous for its roofing slate, no longer made, but there's also some very unusual fossils about, including a Middle Jurassic crocodile and a Megalosaurus. Friendly little face up there. Lime Tree Cottage. One of the 2 recommended lunchtime stops in the village of Stonesfield. Built in traditional stone, with the traditional stone wall. Very similar to Yorkshire, really. The other pub, by the way, is currently out to let, so I must be struggling. Anyway, my onward direction now is towards Fawler, only 3 miles from Charlbury, but no doubt I'll actually be walking more than that. I'm stood on what appears to be the village green at the moment, and another Yorkshire connection. This is called the Ridings. Rather pleasant little row of houses, apparently built in 1722. Traditional tiles on the roof, no doubt from the local mine, quarry. Another fine example. Cracking weather now. Looking back on the village of Stonesfield. And the surrounding countryside. Up on the hill now by High Barn, appropriately named. More scenes along the Oxfordshire Way. Easy walking along this path here. Corn on my right. Pretty soon be heading down towards a place called Fawler. More easy walking down this green way towards the village of Fawler. And over there in the distance is the Witchwood, what's left of it, currently known as Cornbury Park, I believe. An ironstone railway bridge, just about to cross over the Evenlode. Just on the edge of Fawler. Now through some not so easy walking, approaching Finstock. It's an unusual style. Following the sign to Charlbury now. That over there being the manor house in Finstock. And that's where we're headed. Looking across to Charlbury, I believe that is over there, from somewhere not far from Finstock. Walking up ahead, soon be hitting the Witchwood. Delightful avenue of trees ahead of me. And to my left. And over there in the distance must be the house at Cornbury Park. Not sure if this camera's picking it up, but there's a protective fence to keep the deer in the deer park there. Then behind me, up there on the hill, the village of Charlbury. There's a shot of Cornbury House in the distance. And its estate. And that's the fringes of Charlbury. There we go. Delightful. St Mary the Virgin in Charlbury. There's a time, 10 to 5. My trains are past, so a bit of time to kill. So effectively I finished the walk in well, 5.5 hours. Okay, this is Charlbury Station, which is apparently a listed building designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, no less. So, book 1, walk 38. Very nice it was as well. Completed. Weather was good. Easy walking really. So that's that. Another one done.